Get your LinkedIn up. See if you can find yourself. I like it.
So what I started doing was linking with people who were doing what I was doing, going on to the comments, and then people who was asking questions like, oh, how does this work, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like connecting with them, like in the hope that they would see, like, respond back and they'd be like, oh, that's someone else, and maybe that's in an area that I want to invest in.
Perfect. Yeah, so a couple of things that we need to do is, one, just turn that into a bit more of a...
I did that, but every time I save it, it bunches it back up again, so I don't know if that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
You've done it on your laptop?
Yeah, I did it on my laptop, and I've done it on my phone, and every single time I save it, so it was like that, like, you know, like how it was...
Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it just looks a little bit more...
It looks messy.
It looks messy.
Yeah.
First thing I'd do. Secondly, I wouldn't use the word sourcer, okay? And the reason that you're within the industry now, so you know what sourcer means. I spoke to some people who have gone, don't know what that means. So you don't want people to see that and go, what the fuck does that mean?
Do you think I should get rid of it there as well then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would go investor.
Property deal investor?
Yeah, property investor, sorry. Yeah.
And would you get rid of things like this, like at the bottom?
No, I like that. All of that looks good. I would change the background.
The colour thing, like you saying, like blue?
I'd use similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look at mine, it just stands out, and I've used a bit of LinkedIn here as well because I like to people associate with that.
Yeah.
I don't do it on Instagram, don't do it anywhere else, it's just LinkedIn. Okay. I like that. Yeah, so change that. I've not read it properly, but just make sure it looks a little bit more like that. Because at the minute, the reason I've not read it properly is I don't want to.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm like,
agree.
whoa.
I've changed it about 4 or 5 times. I can't understand why it keeps going back. It's something I'm doing. I know it is.
Yeah. Cool. Couple of letters, please. Again, just change it a little bit. I love that. You've got projects on there. That's really good.
I don't know where to put that on though, to be honest. Because
it's credibility, it's experience.
Yeah, but the dates, because it's so long in between. Do you know what I mean?
Can you get rid of the dates?
Yeah, I didn't know whether to keep the dates or not. The dates just so people can see.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say though, don't you? Because obviously that was the first one that helped me do that one. That helped me do that one. Do you know?
100%. Don't need dates. Numbers, absolutely perfect. If you can put a bit more information on there, that could be quite good.
Okay.
Just a bit more of the numbers, like I paid 114k and refinanced 2 years later. Yeah. I'd quite literally be having it out and going information and numbers, purchase X, refurb X, buying costs X.
Yeah.
List it out. So, because again, why is that there? We want an investor to see that, to go, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So if we can have the numbers nice and simple, an investor will read it and be like, yes, same with that. Here's the numbers.
Okay.
Yes. Same with this.
I ain't putting the numbers on that one.
See what you can do. You could put something like it's still in conveyancing or something.
Okay.
Or GDV expected. Maybe put something in there that's not fully numbers, if that makes sense, but still put it in there. The one thing is we don't want to hide away from it. Okay?
No.
And this is where, so Todd, who's major part of what we're doing, you've met Todd a few times. He's made some major mistakes. He bought an off-plan, it's been down value, he's bought a few flats that haven't done very well. He's now changing it, but one of the big things for him is what he needs to focus on is that is something that gives him an unfair advantage. We talked about this on Tuesday. Yeah. His unfair advantage is that if an investor speaks to him saying, I'm thinking of doing this, he has experience of so many strategies, bad experiences, it's like, this is why you need to focus on this.
Yeah.
When he's posting, when he's talking, when he's having conversations, he really needs to push on the fact that this is what he's done, it's not work, this is why he's doing what he does. If I'm an investor and I've got X amount I want to invest and I'm speaking to someone and they've said, I've lost on this, I've lost on that, this is the focus and this is what's working right now, I'm just going to trust them way more.
Yeah.
And it's a very similar spot to you. Someone comes to you and says, I'm thinking about doing a HMO. You could say, cool, I wouldn't help with that. I have done that before, by the way. This is why I don't do it. These are numbers that I focus on.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get someone that goes, well, you definitely will get someone that goes, I like it, let's do that. Okay. Which, by the way, I've done. Yeah. I've had people come to me saying, I want no money out there. We've had a conversation. This is the case. I'm going, let's do that. I've had someone that says, HMO, this has happened. Okay, actually, I think you're right. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So don't shy away from it, but we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Cool. So just to reiterate, get rid of sourcing, change that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Get rid of sourcing here. Property investor, helping busy professionals invest in property. I like it. Below market videos, West Midland based, perfect. Anything else that you can add? I'd talk about a project you've done.
Okay.
Or like own X, done X, like something that gives you, again, the final bit is the credibility bit, and you've got credibility.
Do you think I should put something like, because obviously the work I do is on new builds, or just that's completely separate?
100%.
Put that in.
One that I like to showcase to people is Simon. 17 million home improvements to over 500 clients. Okay. That's what he does as his job.
Okay.
That, for me, if I'm wanting to do a BRR, I'm going, this is someone I need to speak to.
Yeah.
That just stands out. Same to you. If you've got background experience that's like, yes, it's not within the source, it's separate, but it gives you that credibility, 100%.
Yeah.
Like you said, one thing you're very confident on is the refurbs. Well, a lot of people struggle because of the refurbs. An investor that's looking at it going, do you know what, I could probably find, I could do that, but I don't know who to start with.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. When mates have bought houses, they've gone, can you come here, have a look at this?
There you go.
It's just like, no, don't worry about that. Yeah, I get that completely. Okay.
Credibility.
Yeah.
And you, thankfully, without realising it, you've got a fuckload. Let's really use that.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. That's all fine? Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you need me to write any of that down? Or are you happy with what needs to be changed?
No, sourcing, blue, black ground, sort this out and add a bit more to there. I think that was...
Yeah, credibility.
Yeah.
Perfect. Final bit, what I want you to focus on is this is how we connect with people. Because at the minute, 32 connections. We obviously need to improve that. Doesn't happen overnight, it takes time.
Yeah.
The way that
I was like stopping some because, like I said, it was people who were like selling me a service. Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that. But what we want to do is we want to get that to 500 as quick as we can.
Also, just accept them.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
One of the things is it's quite important. Again, I use Simon because he's absolutely smashing it. Which gate. See that? 500 connections. That just adds credibility. Okay. Straight away, you're like, okay, well, this person's been doing it a while. He knows what he's doing, whatever.
Yeah.
And scroll down, 805. It's not a huge amount.
Yeah.
But again, not many people will look into that number. 500 plus, then we need.
Yeah, it stands out, doesn't it?
Exactly. As soon as you get to 500, then if you want to be more picky and you don't want to accept people, but then at the end of the day, if we're accepting people, it's going to send us messages saying like that, I noticed your impression experience. I'd love you in my network. Would it be okay? Yeah. Do we want?
Yeah.
Don't have to respond to it.
Okay.
Here's another one. Someone sent me a sales message. I'm like, don't need to respond.
Yeah.
So even if someone's trying to sell something, don't worry about it. Second bit, need to focus on with LinkedIn is this is the best way of connecting with people. So people you may know in Greater Leeds area, probably not too relevant. So I'd be scrolling down. People on your recent activity. So this is quite literally what we do, show up. Depending on kind of, you can see that I've probably connected with quite a few people in fintech because there's quite a few on that, but show up, okay? Just that.
Oh, okay.
See how all of these are senior automotive sales management, Yardi MRI consultant, operations manager, client engagement specialist, head of estimating, performance manager, Yardi, fintech again, don't know why fintech, marketing exec, human resource manager, senior associate, won't connect with him because I've no idea what he does. Illustrator, yeah, fintech, digital product. But you see how all of these are could be someone that is interested in property.
Okay.
Again, not everyone will be, but the people that you want to connect with. And the reason is, two things that we do this for is one, based on your recent activity. So if you're looking at your recent activity and going, all of these are people that just aren't going to be interested, what you need to do is you need to change your recent activity.
Yeah.
So CEO or director, something like that is what I'd be searching. So what that's going to do now, what you don't want to do is connect with all these guys because these aren't specifically people that are active on LinkedIn. To begin with, you might go, right, I'm going to connect with a few like this. So these, you see how these are CEOs, these executive directors, director, executive director, construction director. So again, I'm connecting with loads of directors. So now, when I go back onto my network, we scroll down to based on recent activity, director.
Okay.
Commercial team, head of business. You see how they're all heads off.
That's what I put. I think I put something like CEO or something like that.
Perfect. Nice.
Just so it's like saying. But then I suppose, like you said, like, maybe I'm narrowing it down a little bit, aren't I? Yeah,
happy to do that search. Then once your LinkedIn's got right, I know what this guy's looking for, you go on my network and that's how you get. The second reason, so the first reason, like we've said, is probably people that you want to connect with. The second are these active on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So these are more likely to accept your request. Okay. So you're 32, you've probably added 200 people, I'd like to think. You add these people, 60, 70 will accept it. So you'll double who accepts overnight.
Yeah.
That's what we need to aim for.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Every week, you should be getting a prompt that says you can't connect with anyone because you've hit your limit.
Okay. That's what I know. That's what I was worried about. That's why I was being so choosy.
No, you want to hit that. Every week. Okay. I think it's 100 you're allowed. Every week you want that to come up and go, right, done a good job.
Yep. Okay.
Next week, go again, like that. Connect.
Does that mean people can still connect with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.